Okay, I'm doing a very impromptu video on my floor to answer Jessica Pulyada's question on the writing in Language Arts Level 6, or The Good and the Beautiful. I feel like she asked me how I feel about it, that she's heard that there's a lot of writing with very little instruction, and asked about a rubric. So I believe there are 6 writing assignments in this. At least that's what I counted while I was looking. And there is an essay in here, but they have quite a few how-to essay lessons. And in fact, this is lesson number 10. And I know that previously they also have different things about writing, like an introductory paragraph and stuff. So they're teaching how to write an essay, and they're giving examples, and they're giving practice in here, and helping you work through it, and then like kind of hand-holding it in a way, but the newer version actually hand-holds even more. But this one kind of gives you, might not be a great example, but they'll give you examples, and then you go off of it. So they're teaching it as you go. Then the first writing assignment that I could find is writing a magazine travel article. Now I need to go back and find the actual first one right here. So they talk about giving you a cute little thing here, and then write your 2 choices, and then ask for permission to research them. And then you go back over to the other one, and it gives you write an opening paragraph for your magazine travel article. Start with an attention-grabbing opening, which is something they taught earlier, such as a question, interesting statement, or vivid description. This is something we worked on in an early lesson. Make sure your opening paragraph explains that you will be discussing 2 different amazing places to visit, and the aisle is the thing. So I feel like that's very descriptive, that as a parent you could see whether or not they did all the things and they know what to do. And then here, write the section of your article that describes and tries to convince people to visit the first place you chose. It can be 1 paragraph or multiple paragraphs. Again, earlier they learned about supporting paragraphs, or those middle paragraphs of a paper or writing assignment. And then it just kind of keeps going. Write another section. Write the conclusion. Should wrap up the essay and can be very short, even 2 or 3 lines. And then you go through and you use those instructions each day to see did they do that. The next one that I found is right here. Sorry. Writing an effective book summary. And so it talks about what a summary is. And then it gives an example of a summary. And then it kind of helps you work through it, right? So it kind of sets you up for it. And then right here, this is going to take a while because it's going to be through the whole Little Lord Fauntleroy book. And not every single paragraph, not every single chapter does it. But what they're doing is they're here, write a summary of the first chapter, include the title and author, and indicate that this is a summary just of the first chapter. Avoid repeating phases. Vary the sentence structure so that you use more than simple sentences. Try starting some sentences with a dependent clause or preposition phrase, which both are things that they've learned about previously in this course. So I feel like it gives a good thing, and then you will know if they did that, right? And then, let's see, this is probably more of that Little Lord Fauntleroy chapter 4. Take brief notes as you read. You will use these notes to write a summary in the next lesson. And then we move on here to this one. Oh, I guess I must have moved on. So they do, sorry, I must have not given myself enough bookmarks there. I was going to go right here. Congratulations on finishing Little Lord Fauntleroy. I discussed these questions, but there were a few chapters that I ran into while flipping through it. Right here. Read chapter 6 of Little Lord Fauntleroy. This is a long chapter. No summary will be written. So they didn't always write a summary, and then they did teach them how to do a chapter outline. And then showed them what that looked like, I believe. And then some of the chapters they will write a summary, and some of the chapters they will write an outline. So they're kind of giving a variety of what they're practicing, but they're right here. Create a numbered outline of what happens. So and then here is teaching them what that means. So it's just giving them a variety of practice, whether it's an numbered outline or a summary, and then that's what they are doing for this writing assignment. The next writing assignment that I found is poetry writing. Choose a month to write a poem about, then fill out the chart on the next page. You will use the page to help you write the poem. So the page is this, and they fill it out. And then on the next lesson, they use that to work through it. Use the chart you filled out in the last lesson. Write a poem about the month that you chose. Your poem should be at least 6 lines long. And then it talks about how poems don't always rhyme and stuff, and then picking your stuff and working it out. And then poetry, you can, if you need to go a little deeper, I think you could, but again, this is like introductory, so they're not writing like major poetry, if that makes sense, you know. And then later on they have more poetry, right here, poetry writing. And then they do also on the next page have a chart thing that they can use. What I really like, as I noticed looking through it, is I like that it's not always every single lesson. There are sometimes breaks of lessons in between the writing assignments, and then it's built upon, like, that first time you figured out this chart, and then the next lesson you wrote it. When we get into the essay, it gives you quite a few lessons to work with. So here's an Australian wildlife essay, and then it gives you study the pictures. Over the next several lessons, you're going to complete a fun and interesting project and informative essay. We'll give you practice with organizing information, writing an outline, writing a topic sentence, using transitions, all that. The first step is to study and take notes. Don't rush through this step. Enjoy studying and learning. And make sure you have a parent's permission. Let's see, and it tells you research online for at least 20 minutes. Research and take notes. You could use an opening paragraph. I believe I read somewhere about being a page of notes. Maybe that was one of the other assignments. The articles. Oh, the article probably. So they're walking them through it. They're giving them pictures, right? And then we have Australian wildlife essay. Research again. Later you will choose some items to write about. Create an outline. May seem tedious, but it's an important step. Don't skip the creation of the outline. And then it kind of talks you through. Have your parent approve it, so that before they get going. And below are some ideas on how you could outline. Here's like different ideas to kind of help them out on that outline. And then you come over here, wildlife essay, complete your work. Work on your essay for at least 25 minutes and continue following these steps. And then this is repeated for the next few lessons. Here are the steps, because they will work at their own pace, right? So for 25 minutes, they might still be on this section, or they might get to this section. So it just kind of repeats so that they always have the notes right there and are not having to flip back. So they keep going on their essay, keep going. And then here it talks about if you finished your essay, spend at least 25 minutes doing extra personal reading, because that's the whole lesson right there, right? So then it continues on right here. You have finished your essay. Complete the essay by following these steps, which is the same. It's all the same, right? And then here it gets into editing and rewriting, and they kind of talk about that for your kid, which I think is really, really good, because as a parent, when you go through and help them with the revision process of their paper, it can be hard to get a child to understand why you're going through it and not feel like you're attacking them personally. So it's nice to have them discuss that this is a normal thing. This is what happens. This is why. Don't be offended. Know that it's to help improve your writing. And then when on the next page, you asked if there was a rubric. Here's a feedback form. And this is the only feedback form or rubric or anything that you get for any of the writing in this level. I'm not sure on other ones. We've done fully through levels, previous editions 1 through 3, and the current new edition, K through 1. And we've only did part way of the new editions 4, and we jumped to this. So it just kind of depends, I think, on the writing assignment, because a lot of the times the instructions tell you what should be in it and you can work with it. But here's the rubric, and then your child will take, in this one, it says rewriting, using the feedback form from your parent, revise your essay. Once you have made all those revisions, then you need to read it to at least 2 people with confidence in expression. So that's the essay portion of this course. And then we get into, let's see, autobiographical writing. And then it, again, gives you an idea. They've been working through an autobiography that's been giving them examples, right? And kind of showing them what that means. And then they work through some stuff here. And then you're going to write a short autobiographical sketches about your own life, which I think is really cool. And then it just kind of, gives more information. And then we get into, sorry, that was a little intense with the gives more information bit. Here, part 3. I'm not sure where we didn't have the other ones, but make a list of 8 things you love. Rewrite. Oh, probably because it was on the next page. Hold on. Let's go back really quick. Yes, it's right here. So letting your own personal style, thoughts, and feelings come through. Give you sketches, shows you why, dig deeper. And then we can get into that spot where we were. And you see that there's some lessons going by where it's not there. And it shows up again here. So they spread it out a lot here. Make a list of 8 things that you love. Rewrite your list in alphabetical order. Letting your own personal style, thoughts, feelings come through. Kind of things. So I feel like it does pretty good. But you'll see through this explanation that hopefully that's helpful. What was I looking for here? I'm not sure. We'll just keep going then. Let's see. More writing. And then part 9, you're done with your sketches for this lesson. Compile all of your sketches together into one document. Cut and paste the sections of your document to organize them. And then you're done with that writing assignment. And then the next one, I believe, might even be the last one, is writing a response paper. Gives all of the information here. And then gives you 2 examples. And then pre-writing for your response paper. 13-minute timer to brainstorm ideas and sentences. And then you have, let's see, for this lesson, you're going to write about the second topic, your concluding paragraph, make sure that it includes these things. So you should be able to ensure that they did a good job about it. And a lot of the things that they'll talk about in here will be things that they've been learning. So it's just providing the practice of the stuff that they've been learning. I really hope that that was helpful. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Elaine from On the Same Page Together. We're a Christ-centered home of learning, and on this channel, we talk about all things family. We like to share what works for us as we strive to encourage you on your journey in life and family. If you're just hopping in for the first time or haven't seen my flip through on this, I will link it down below for you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.